Water is best. While gold gleams like blazing fire in the night, brightest amid a rich man's wealth. But my heart, if it is of games that you wish to sing, look no further than the sun, as there is no star that shines with more warmth by day from a clear sky. So we can speak of no greater contest than Olympia. From here come fame-giving hymns, which wrap themselves around the minds of poets, who have come to the rich and blessed hearth of Hieron to sing aloud of the son of Kronos. Hieron holds the sceptre of justice in sheep-rich Sicily, where he chooses for himself the finest fruits of every kind of excellence. His glory gleams in the best of poetry and music, of the kind that we men often compose and play at his hospitable table. Come then, take down the Dorian lyre from its peg, if the splendour of Olympian Pisa and of Pheronikos has caused the sweetest thoughts to steal into your mind, as it sped along unwhipped in the race beside Alpheus, and brought its master into victory's embrace. Hieron, Syracuse's horse-delighting king. His fame shines out over the land of fine men, founded by Lydian Pelops. He whom Poseidon, the mighty earth-holder, desired, after Clotho had lifted him from the purifying cauldron, fitted with a shoulder of gleaming ivory. There are indeed many wonders, and it may be that in men's talk stories are embroidered beyond their truth, and so deceive us with their elaborate lies, since the beguiling charm of words, the source of all sweet pleasures for men, adds lustre and veracity to the unbelievable. The days to come will be the wisest judge of that. But it is proper that a man should speak well of the gods, thus he is less likely to incur blame. Son of Tantalus, the tale I shall tell about you runs counter to that told by former poets. When your father invited the gods to that well-ordered banquet in his beloved Sipylos, reciprocating the hospitality he had enjoyed, then it was that the god of the glorious trident, his heart overpowered by desire, seized you and carried you off in a golden chariot to the lofty palace of widely honoured Zeus, where in later time Ganymede also came to perform the same service, but for Zeus. When you had disappeared from sight, and despite their frequent searches no one could bring you back to your mother, immediately an ill-intentioned neighbour secretly spread the tale abroad that the guests had taken a knife and dismembered you, and had thrown your limbs into water as it boiled fiercely over the fire, and then at table, during the final course, they shared out your flesh and ate it. As for me, I cannot call any of the blessed gods a cannibal. I stand aside. The slanderous seldom win themselves profit. If ever the watchers on Olympus gave a mortal honour, that man indeed was Tantalus. But no good came of it, for he could not digest his great prosperity, and by his excesses brought overwhelming ruin on himself. The father poised a huge stone above him, and in his constant struggle to thrust it from his head, he now wanders far from happiness. This is the life of everlasting weariness he lives, one labour following after another, because for his feast he stole from the gods the nectar and ambrosia they gave to make him immortal, and served it to his drinking companions. If a man hopes his deeds will escape the gods' notice, he is mistaken. So the immortals sent his son back to him, to be a mortal again in the short-lived company of men. And about the time of his handsome, youthful bloom, when downy hair began to cover his darkening jaw, he turned his thoughts to an offer of marriage that was offered to all, to win at Pisa the famous Hippodamia from her father Oenomus. Alone, at night, he went down to the grey sea's shore, and called out to the deep-roaring lord of the trident, and the god was there close by him. Pelops said to him, "If the delightful gifts of Cyprus can give rise to gratitude, then come, shackle the bronze spear of Onimus, send me on the swiftest of chariots to Elis, and bring me the power to be victorious." 13 suitors has Onimus killed, and in this way delays the marriage of his daughter. Cowards do not seek out great risks. Men must die, so why should anyone crouch in darkness, aimlessly nursing an undistinguished old age without a share in glorious deeds? This contest is meant for me. Now give me the success I desire. So he spoke, and his pleas were not in vain. The god gave him honour, and a golden chariot with tireless winged horses. So he defeated Onimus, and won the maiden to share his bed, and fathered 6 sons, leaders of the people, all of them thirsting to do great deeds. And now he luxuriates in splendid blood offerings as he reclines beside the ford of Alpheus. His tomb beside his altar is well tended, thronged about by many a stranger. The fame which stems from Pelops' games at Olympia is visible from afar, the games where the contest is for fleetness of foot and daring deeds of strength pushed to the limit. For the rest of his days the victor enjoys honey-sweet tranquillity, as far, that is, as the games can provide it. The highest good for every mortal is indeed that which comes to him day by day. My task is to crown such a man as this with the horseman's song and Aeolian melody. I am certain that there is no host today more acquainted with glorious deeds or more established in his power whom my craft can adorn with fame-giving intricacies of song. Some god, Hieron, watches over your ambitions, making this his concern. If he does not desert you, I hope to find an even more inviting path of poetry, to help me celebrate your victory in the swift chariot when I visit the sunlit hill of Kronos. For me, the muse keeps a mighty defensive weapon. Other men attain greatness in different ways. The highest peaks are occupied by kings, so do not look to climb further. May you walk on high in this reign of yours, and may I always be the victor's companion, preeminent by my poetry throughout all Hellas.